This was me. I had horrible skin. I would purposely cover up my face with my hoodie just so people wouldn't be able to see my skin because I felt insecure, embarrassed, and unattractive. But now my skin is 100% clear and I'm finally able to feel confident within my own body. And in this video, I'm going to give you the step by step framework that got me looking from the shy and insecure kid to the kid that can walk around with confidence. When I first started to try to heal my skin, I tried all the routines. I tried the skincare routines these influencers would put you on. I tried CeraVe cleanser, moisturizer, serums, all this stuff. And it pretty much did nothing. All it really did was mask the symptoms. Yeah, your skin would feel clear for a couple days, or it wouldn't, or you would just have to keep on putting on product. And if you really think about it, these companies are smart. If you go and you buy a moisturizer or a cleanser, you're gonna have to go back and get more if it's only covering the symptoms. If you're putting it on, okay, it's working for a few days, then you have to put more and more and more. You have to go back and buy. Why would these companies be so profitable if it's just a one-time thing? If you just bought it one time and then, forgot about it, but you have to keep on going, buy more serums, buy more things. You know, that's why you see like girls have like 50-step skincare routines and yet they eat like crap and oh yeah, their skin is pretty good, and then you see them the next day have pimple patches all over their face. It's really just covering up these symptoms for like a couple days, dude. It's really not getting to the root cause, and that's what I want to emphasize in this video is getting to the root cause. And you might be asking, what is the root cause? The root cause is going to be your gut health, how you treat your gut, the foods you put in your body. That's the reason you have acne. If you ever noticed yourself, maybe you've eaten clean for a couple days and then you go back to eating unhealthy or eating more sugar, your skin starts to flare up. It's weird. So when this happened to me, I knew there was a correlation between what I was putting in my body and what was happening on my face because there's this thing called the gut skin axis, which is whatever affects your gut also affects your skin. So I knew there was a problem internally. So what I started to do was eat like my ancestors did. And that's the question I asked myself. What did my ancestors eat? Because way back then, I know they didn't have stuff like chips, candy, chocolate, soda, Coke, stuff like sugar. They didn't have any of that. What they ate was naturally. What they ate what came from, them farming, raising cattle, gathering fruits. That's really what they ate. They ate like simple ingredient foods. A meal would probably consist of, beef from the farm, vegetables that they grew in the ground, fruits that, were on a tree and they gathered some in the um, blueberry bush or something. That's what consisted of our ancestors' foods. It was very simple food and they didn't have all this skincare. If you look at tribes from Africa, I'll pull up a picture here. Their skin is completely clear. They have no acne. They don't have a concept of skincare, yet their skin is completely clear. Why is that? And then once these tribes are introduced with things like soda and candy from the rest of the world, suddenly they start to become fatter and suddenly they start to have like these skin problems. And by the way, if you're interested in this stuff and you really want to learn how to improve your health, not just your skin, but also your mental, your physical health, I have a community in the link in the description, and I truly think it will change your life like it did mine. It's all the information that I've gathered through the years of struggles and trials and tribulations of trying to heal my health. So if you're interested, the links below. Check it out. Another point I want to cover that most people don't really talk about is going to be mental health. A lot of the time, people will tell you to eat foods like fruits, veggies, and meats, proteins. But it doesn't really help people. I mean, yeah, you can give that advice. It's fine. It's good advice. That's great. Yeah, we know we should be eating these clean, unprocessed foods. But if you go from somebody who's been eating unprocessed foods pretty much their whole life and tell them to suddenly get on this diet, it's going to be extremely difficult. It's going to be like you're swimming upstream. There's so much friction. There's so many things that are getting in the way from somebody reaching this. And you'll see it again and again with people who will stay consistent with the diet, and then later on they'll just stop it and they'll just go back to their regular eating habits. It's like telling this fat obese lady, okay, I want you in the gym, gruesome hard workouts, and I want you eating fruits and vegetables. That's the diet I want to put you on. And she does it for a few days, and eventually she just quits because she doesn't want to be there. It's too much. You put too much volume. What might have worked for that lady is going to the gym once a week for 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and then putting her on a diet. Okay, I just want you to eat one clean meal. If you can fit one clean meal in your diet, that's a step. That's a progression. Because once all these influencers they try to put you on these diets, animal-based diet, you know, keto, paleo diet, which all are great, which I love those diets, but the problem is people can't do them if they haven't improved their mental health first. Let me tell you a story. My dad passed away around 3 years ago, and I was met with some of the worst mental health in my life. I spiraled into a depression. I wasn't eating right. I was anxious. I didn't have confidence. I was shy to talk to people in school. I was very antisocial. So I ate like crap. Yeah, these before this I was into health, but now it just all went down. I didn't really care. It was a very dark moment. But I knew from that moment, why am I doing this? It's because there's something wrong with my mental health. So, what I finally did from learning the habits I previously learned, which are meditation and gratitude, which I want to put you on because fundamentally they're one of the most important habits, especially mindfulness. And through this journey of me finally improving my mental health, my skin improved. I was able to eat healthier. Then I was finally able to gain the confidence that I was lacking, and my skin cleared. So when you finally prioritize your mental health, everything starts adding up, adding up, adding up. And then you finally become that person that doesn't really matter to them anymore. Like a diet doesn't matter to them. Like if they see like donuts or chocolate on a table, you know, they might indulge, they might take like a chocolate, but they're done. They're satisfied. They don't constantly binge eat. If you've ever been at a family gathering and you see all those sweets on the table and you really just can't help yourself and you just take one. You take one little sweet, you go back for seconds, thirds, and then before you know you have this huge plate of just sweets. You've just consumed sweets that you wouldn't consume for a whole month. Once you finally start prioritizing your mental health, you will improve so much that your cravings won't be as bad. You might have the occasional sweet here and there, but you're satisfied with yourself and you're satisfied with your diet. And the point I want to leave you off with is once you finally accomplish this and once you finally improve your mental health and start prioritizing it, is the confidence you will gain. You will gain so much confidence because you're not like the rest of the people. You're not like everyone else. You improved your health. Literally, there's 50% obesity in America. So you're in the top like 10% of people if you can control what you eat. Because a lot of people they just can't control what they put into their mouth. Once you have this control, you just like feel like calmer. You feel calmer. You're able to think better. You're able to approach people and have conversations and be able to focus. Your mind isn't wandering while somebody's like speaking to you. You're just present in the moment. And it's so beautiful when you think about it because this all comes from just improving your health. I never would have thought that improving my health would change my life so much, but it really does. And I want the same for you. So if you can just take this advice, I really think you'll be on the better path to healing your acne. I know this probably went off topic to a lot of people because people thought I was just going to give you the generic advice. Eat less, move more, eat fruits and veggies. Never worked for anybody. Never worked for anybody. So if I'm going to give you that type of advice, I'm just going to follow the crowd and then doesn't even help me and it doesn't even help the masses, there's no point. So if I could change your life with just the things I mentioned, massive increase. Like I love that. If I can improve just one person watching this video, their health, that's like so much fulfillment from me because I probably went through the same thing you did, and then I was finally able to heal it, and I was lost too. So it just cut so much time from you, like going through the trials and tribulations, to me just giving it to you, and now you able to heal it so fast. That's the kind of the motivation I want to give you of what will happen once you clear your skin and improve your health, mental health. So I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.